bonnet. Take off our side panels. They're on 2 clips just there, down there. So pull that one off, pull this one off, lift it off. The lid on those just there. Here we've got our engine oil fill and our dipstick. 1 clip there, and there is one just in there. I'm gonna pop that one off, pop that one off. It lives on those little hooks down there. Lift it off. Then this, expose our engine oil filter and our fuel filter. I've just warmed the tractor up, as you can see. It's quite warm. We've got 2 drain plugs. The 4-wheel drive prop shaft, as you can see, come from the front to the back, goes through the centre of the oil pan. So it's these 2 here. So there's 2 there. There's one this side, and then there's one on the far side. So we need to undo those. Before we undo those, we're going to just lift this off slightly, so it'll help the oil drain quicker. So before I start undoing the oil filters, what I do is I blow air through them. Reduce the chances of anything dropping down and touching on the seal as I'm re-screwing it all up. Put our drain pan under both of our 19mm drain plugs. So we're going to crack all of these off. Oh, all on my gloves. I'm going to do the same on the other side. I'm just going to pop that there for now. The same on this side.
I've just done that recently. I'll do that one.
Next thing we're going to do is undo the oil filter. So I'm going to put this bit of rag just in here. There we go.
There's drain oil everywhere. Make a right mess.
Take the oil cap off. Get some of the rag, just tidy up around it. I just want to make sure there's no grit or anything in the seal. I've already had this in stock, so it's not genuine. So I'm going to get a bit of grease. I like using grease. Put a little bit there and then a little bit inside the threads. These are the 2 engine oil drain plugs. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to give a little bit of a tidy off with a bit of brake cleaner. So I'm going to get a tiny bit of grease. I'll put a little bit around the thread, this one. I'm just going to put a bit on the O-ring as well. Same with this one. I've got a bit of grease on my finger. So you can see it nice and shiny. Just try and get rid of the rest of it on there. So I'm using, to fill it back up, some Optifarm Ultra 1040. So this is always a bit questionable. I personally like filling these up with a bit of oil. Feel it all around, try and soak it all in. We've got our engine oil filter greased up, and there's a small amount of engine oil already in there that I've been spinning around like this because it just sits on the seal anyway. I'm going to put this on. Do it one-handed tight. And that's on. I'll put the drain plug back in, now all the oil's come out. I don't mind it leaking a little bit. On. Second drain plug. Okay. Next, going to use some brake cleaner. Right, we're going to fill the tractor back up with oil. We've got the dipstick here, which we're going to clean off. Set that aside just there. And we've got the oil filler on here in yellow, which is really handy. So we're going to unscrew that. Takes about 4.5 litres of oil. We're using 10W40. I've got 5.5 litres in it, so I need to have about 1 litre left. And as you can see, we've got 2 holes, one at the top, one at the bottom. So as it goes in, it tells us the level. So at the minute, I don't know if you can see on camera, but we are just above halfway. So I'm going to put a little bit more oil in, probably another 1/2 litre. So I'll check it again. So we're just below the top mark. So I'm going to put this all back together. On that one, both drain plugs are in, the engine oil filter is screwed up, and what we're going to do now is start the tractor. We're going to let the engine run for a few minutes because we know it's got almost the correct amount of oil, probably looking for another 300 or 400 mil. And it's going to fill the engine back up, fill the new engine oil filter up, and then we're going to let it settle again, and then we'll just check it again and top it up if we need to. Both drain plugs are on. So we're just going to, now the engine's running, we're going to check for leaks. So we're just going to check around, check the drain plug, check that nothing's falling on the floor. Then we'll go around this side. We're going to check this side again, check inside here where the new oil filter is. Fuel filter, nothing seems to be leaking. Both the drain plugs are okay. So we're going to let it run for a couple of minutes, let the engine and the new oil get warm, push around the engine, push it into the oil filter, and then we're going to turn it off again and just check the amount one final time. Let the engine run for 5 minutes. We've just let it all settle again for 5 minutes. So I'm going to take the dipstick out. As you can see, oil's very far up it. So I'm going to clean this off. Slide it back in, pull it out and check it. So as you can see, we actually lost a little bit into the engine oil filter, which is okay. So we probably need to put a little bit more in to get it up to the top mark. I like putting it up to the top mark so I can see if it's burning oil, which it will. Slide it back in, let it climb up the dipstick, just check it. Perfect. So we are just below the top hole on the dipstick, which is perfect. Absolutely brilliantly. So I'm going to put that back in. Put these back. Job done.